Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new box office breakdown show here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Dinnenberg. Today, we're breaking down the box office of this past weekend, which was the last box office week in the month of January, which was January the 31st to February 2nd, 2024. We're also going to break down the upcoming movies that are coming out to start the month of February and also break down a pretty crazy schedule for me of releasing videos here on the channel. So if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. Definitely ring that bell for notifications because tons of videos are hitting the channels, including movie reviews, TV show reviews, this show every single week, as well as movie rankings, which I'm doing as well this week, out of theater reactions, multiple things. Tons of videos, so please subscribe, ring the bell if you're new to the channel. Get us to 300 subscribers. Comment down below. What are your thoughts on this past weekend's box office? What did you see in theaters? What are you going to see in theaters this upcoming weekend? What big trailers will hit the Super Bowl? Let me know in the comment section down below. And also, please hit that thumbs up button, guys. That's how you support this channel. So without further ado, let's get into this past weekend's box office. Domestically, it's just US and Canada. And the big winner with a capital W this weekend was DreamWorks Animation, which is Universal's Dogman, which getting first place with a whopping $36 million in its opening weekend. This is a big hit for DreamWorks. It is their third consecutive animated movie to get to #1 in its opening weekend, following up Kung Fu Panda 4's success last year. This is a massive win for DreamWorks Animation, which was, when I was growing up, the absolute rival to Pixar in the early 2000s. But really over the last decade, it just has slowly not gone its way. And honestly, Illumination, even though they might not have the same quality, Illumination had a lot more hits financially than DreamWorks, both of those animated studios under the Universal umbrella. But DreamWorks, with with Puss in Boots coming back, this film, Kung Fu Panda 4, they're doing Shrek 5, and also DreamWorks is underneath the branch for the new How to Train Your Dragon live action film. So it feels like DreamWorks is finally making a pretty big return. That's very exciting. This film, though, the only thing I'll say is that most of the audience, around 80%, 70% of the audience, were people under the age of 35. So it might not get to massive amounts worldwide or even domestic because it seems like it's very much a kid's movie, which I agree with. I don't see many adults getting too much out of Dogman. I think the film is fine, but from movies that can get to $1 billion or $500 million, they need more of from everyone needs to enjoy it type perspective. I think Dogman's gonna be too much for kids, so we'll see though. 36 million is really strong, and animated films are finally making a big return at the box office. At #2 is the other big release this past weekend, which was Warner Brother Discovery's Companion, opening to 9.5 million. It was supposed to be around 8 to 10 million and got into that 9.5. I am doing this video on a Sunday night because I just have so much planned for the week. So I just want to get this, do this as quick as I could. So a Sunday night worked for me. So they could get to around 10 or even dropping down to 9 range. But this is kind of where it's averaging right now. Now the good news for this film is that the budget is a mere $10 million. And the word of mouth is extremely strong for Companion. A B+ cinema score, which for a horror thriller film is extremely good. Most horror thriller films around the B to C+ to even C- range. Fits to be in the B+ is a really high cinema score. Rotten Tomatoes has very high both critics and audience scores for Companion. So I do think that this film could get some opportunities, but there's another horror film hitting the marketplace this weekend. So I think this film, once it hits the digital, it'll be able to make up its money. Again, with only a $10 million budget, it doesn't need to be a massive hit in the box office to get its money back. So no harm, no foul. But again, Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid, I think, are going to be just fine. Their stars are clearly on the rise based on their upcoming projects. At #3 is Disney's Mufasa, The Lion King, in its 7th weekend. At #3, dropping 29%, 6.1 million, 230 domestic. This film is definitely not going to be an embarrassment for Disney. Yes, it did not get to the $1 billion mark, but it did not turn out to be an embarrassment that many people were assuming Mufasa would be. It was going up against Sonic. It's caught up to Sonic. It's caught up to Sonic domestically. Sonic 3 is at 230. Mufasa is at 229. And Sonic is not in this top five, while Mufasa is number three. So good signs. Mufasa should be able to pass both Sonic internationally, worldwide and domestically. But again, Sonic is a very big hit, while Lion King, a very expensive movie to make. I'm not sure when they'll go back into that toolbox, as they say. In fourth place is Sony Pictures' One of Them Days, only dropping 25% in its third weekend. Really good holds for this film. Another 6 million is up to 34.5. This is a really solid comedic hit. We usually just never see straight up comedy films in the marketplace anymore. And you can see that there are audiences out there ready for comedies to be back in theaters. It feels like every single comedy movie is going straight to streaming these days. So for this film to even still be in the top five of really good holds bodes well. Obviously, SZA will be at the halftime show with Kendrick Lamar this weekend, and Keke Palmer could be completely back on the rise in Hollywood, as it took a while after Nope for her to regain her big movie status, but hopefully this film does it for her. And wrapping up the top five, at number five this past weekend from Lionsgate in its second weekend is Flight Risk, dropping 52%. 5.6 million. Not a great hold, but kind of like a whatever hold, average hold for this film. But Lionsgate is already going to get this to digital, if not this upcoming week, but the week after, just like they did for Den of Thieves 2. So again, slight moderate hit. Again, these movies are very cheaply made, so didn't need tons. And we'll see if this movie probably will do much better, I think, digitally as well. So again, we're still early in the year, so I don't want to break down the worldwide or internet domestic overall numbers for the year, as we're only 1 month in to 2024, but already we are now in 2025, we're already into February. So coming out this weekend is two big movies. Usually with the Super Bowl, Hollywood tends to not release any major movies heading in, as most people are at home all day on Sunday watching the Super Bowl and watching all these trailers, which I'll be talking about at the end of this video. But two new movies are hitting theaters. You have Love Hurts, that is the new film starring Ke Huy Quan and Ariana DeBose, action film. And then you have horror film Hard Eyes, starring Mason Gooding and Olivia Holt. That's from Spyglass, the same studio behind the recent Scream films. Both films around 90 minutes long, which we've been seeing a lot in the month of January. Heading into February, those are the two releases hitting theaters this weekend. So as I said, this is an insanely busy week on the channel. Tons of content. So I'm going to break down how these videos will be released. Today, you're getting my video here breaking down the box office on Monday. Also today, I'll be releasing my review for the new Prime Video Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon movie. On Tuesday, I'm trying to make sure I get all this schedule correct. On Tuesday, you're going to get my ranking of all of the new January releases that I have seen. So it'll be 8 movies I'll be ranking on the channel on Tuesday. I stopped for the last year or two doing monthly rankings, but I actually want to get back to doing ranking videos. It's my favorite videos to do. So I'll be back to doing ranking monthly films. So Tuesday, you'll get my January 2025 ranking video here on the channel. Wednesday, you'll get my my spoiler review for episodes 3 through 5 of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Thursday, you should be getting a lot of videos, instant reaction and review for Hard Eyes, as well as my spoiler review for the first 3 episodes of season 3 of Invincible, which hit Prime Video on Thursday. So if it's not Thursday night, if it's Thursday during the day, I'll be getting those videos. If it's some reason Thursday night Invincible is releasing episodes, and Friday that review will happen. And then Friday, you'll get my out of theater reaction and review of Love Hurts. Also Wednesday, the new Amy Schumer Netflix film comes out sometime this week. I'll plan to put a review out for that film as well. And then the Super Bowl is Sunday. So my plan is back here on Monday next week for another box office breakdown show. And then also I'm going to give my big movie, my next, Max Talks movie news episode. We'll be breaking down the Super Bowl trailers, give my thoughts on each of the trailers, my excitement level, all of that. So I'm not going to do any Max Talks movie news for this week, but next Monday, I'll break down all of the Super Bowl footage that we get from all of these movies and shows. So I'm very excited to break down all of this content coming out in the next week. It's my favorite time as a YouTuber, so I can't wait. Join me on the ride, subscribe, ring the bell, like the video, and comment, and I'll see you guys very, very soon.